Hello and welcome in my new video. This video is going to be about contemplation, which is actually almost like my #1 technique in working with my psyche and myself, and also meditation, but today is not about meditation, today is about contemplation. And so, before I start, I would like to tell you I'm so happy that you are watching my video. Also, if you're interested in topics from self-help and personal development, you can subscribe to my channel. I post regular videos. And I will now start with my topic. I actually already spoke about contemplation in one of my oldest videos ever, which I shot when I started with making YouTube videos, and it was my video about how to get out of depression. I will link it for you down below if you're interested. I really like this video of mine because I really like the overall message of this video. But I would like to make a video that's gonna be specifically about contemplation itself, because I feel like not that many people are gonna watch this old video of mine, because it was when I started, and it was really poor like quality, considering the view of the video and also the quality of the sound and the quality of the video. And so I wanted to make it again, but specifically focused on contemplation, because you don't have to use contemplation only for when you are depressed, but you can use contemplation for basically anything. In fact, I would tell you, for some time, I wasn't able to make any progress in my personal development. I felt like I'm kind of being stuck for a little while. And since then, I started doing I started doing contemplation. And with this contemplation, I felt like I'm doing really nice progress lately. And it was because this is a great technique if you are a person who's really like a rationalist. You like to use your mind, you like to think about complex problems, and you don't really like maybe you don't like meditating because it seems like it's a lot of time for you and you don't see results. Then I think contemplation is going to be really great for you, because it's really introspection, and it's gonna really be really nice way to get to know yourself more, and really effective if you do it daily. It can also become a part of your mental daily hygiene, because if you don't do any kind of inner work on yourself regularly, you might feel with time that you lack maybe energy, you are tired all the time, you feel like you have these states where you are really sad and you don't really know what's the problem with you. Maybe you feel like you're deficient in some vitamins. It can be really complex. I'm not saying that it's always because of your psychology. Sometimes you really can be deficient in some nutrition, or because everything is kind of connected. But I feel like if you do mental hygiene, you're gonna feel much better in the long term. And this doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you if you're working on yourself. Quite the opposite, actually. If you're doing something with your psyche and you're trying to improve yourself, that actually means that you're progressing instead of regressing. And so, how you can practically do contemplation? I personally don't know all the strategies, because I'm just starting with this. I've been doing it for the past couple months, I would say. But it proved to be really effective to do it this way, which I'm going to describe here to you, because I actually tried it. I want to talk here about things which I actually tried. And so if I in the future will try, I definitely will try maybe some other techniques and approaches to contemplation, and I will make videos about the other techniques maybe in the future. But right now I would like to give you this one, because it's really extremely simple. You can do it anywhere, anytime. It's really easy, and it can bring you such a huge results that you're gonna be surprised. And so basically what you're gonna do is that I would advise to you, if you start, take a piece of paper. You can buy a journal for that, or anything you want really. But if you don't have any journal, that's not a problem. Just take a piece of paper and write down on the top of the paper, write down some issue which you currently have, and you don't know how to solve this issue. Maybe it's something that you would like to get to the bottom of, and maybe this issue is kind of weighing on you for a longer period of time and you don't know what to do with that. That's excellent way. Just pick one of your issues which is really bad for you and just start with that. And so I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna walk you through a specific example which I came up with. And so imagine you have a problem in work. Maybe you don't like your work, and maybe you would contemplate something in the lines of, I hate my job, or something like that. So let's just say that this is your problem. You don't like your job. It's a really huge problem because you spend a lot of hours in there, and so it can be, this is what I call the surface level problem. And so you start with something like this, which is kind of obvious. You hate your job or you don't like your job. So this is, in my opinion, this is surface level problem, which has something deeper below that. And so you will write at the top of the paper, you will write, I don't like my job, for example. And then you start contemplating this. And you will be doing it by asking questions. Basically, all of this is just asking simple questions. The question which I would like you, if you're going to try this, which is great in my opinion to ask, is all kinds of why questions. So if you write down, I don't like my job, then your why question for this statement would be something like, why don't I like my job? And then you would write your answer. Your answer could be something like, I don't like my job because, I'm just gonna pick one example, it doesn't have to be this one, but maybe it's gonna be something like, I don't like my job because I don't like my coworkers, or something like that. And then you can write another statement, and this statement is gonna be, why don't I like my coworkers? And then you're gonna answer to yourself, and you're gonna write something like, I don't like my coworkers because they are gossiping all the time, and I don't like gossip. And then you're gonna write again why question. You're gonna write a question that goes something like this. Why don't I like that they are gossiping? And then you're gonna answer for yourself. I don't like that they are gossiping because I feel like I can't trust them. And then you're gonna again write a why question. Why does it bother me that I can't trust my colleagues? And then you write your answer. Well, it bothers me because I can't feel safe around them. I don't feel good around them. I feel like they're gonna gossip about me as well. I don't feel safe. And then you're gonna write another why question. You're gonna write, why does it bother me that I don't feel safe? And then you can write your answer like, it bothers me because I don't like when I feel threatened. I feel scared, and I feel like things are changing and I don't feel good. I wanna feel safe. And now you are slowly getting deeper. You are slowly getting deeper, because now this actually reminds me of my video about anxiety, which I shot as well at the beginnings when I started with YouTube, which is not that long ago. I'm making it seem like I'm shooting videos for a long time, but no, it's been a couple months only. But I already made a video about anxiety, and I'm talking about how you can practically deal with this issue on a daily basis. But I'm well aware that this is really complicated, and I only offer to you one way how you can deal with your fear. But you gotta understand all the things I'm talking about here in my videos. It's like these little hints which you can try, but it's not gonna help you if you're just gonna think about it. These are some things which you really have to practice daily, and it's gonna take you a long time, and it's gonna be maybe painful. It's gonna feel like you don't have any good results. It's gonna maybe make you feel desperate sometimes, but this is just the message of all of my videos, and I should maybe make a separate video about it, is that I feel like this is really a work. For me, it's a lot of fun, but it should be continuous. It's not like I'm gonna tell you this one little trick and all your life is gonna change. All your life can change, I strongly believe in that, but you're gonna have to take some time for that and really work on it on yourself, because nobody can tell you any trick, because everybody is different and your problems are different. And you're gonna have to come up to your own solution and get to know yourself and know what works on you. And so with this contemplation, if you get to some deeper problem like this one with anxiety, suddenly you will see, if you wrote all of that on your piece of paper, and if you're starting with contemplation, I would tell you maybe it's a good thing to write it down, because at least you're gonna see the entire way how you got to the root. Or I don't even think that this could be a root. Maybe there's something even deeper below that, but it's like, that would be for another video. But like, you can see how you got from your original statement, which was some statement about surface level problem, which is that you don't like your job. And from this surface level problem, you, by asking yourself questions, you got so deep that you got to like this problem of anxiety and fear of what's going to happen to you and needing to feel safe, which is something totally different than you not liking your job. And so if you're gonna do this regularly, you're gonna realize that maybe most of your life you felt like you have some problems, but indeed you didn't truly understand what is really going on. And so by using this contemplation, you can do any problem which weighs on you, you can write it on a piece of paper and then keep asking yourself questions, why questions, and get deeper and deeper and deeper, and get so deeply that maybe one day what is going to happen to you with your contemplation, what actually happened to me, is that I kept contemplating for a couple months, but what I realized in the long term was that I originally thought that if I'm going to be doing this, it's going to be like I have one problem and then there's going to be a root cause or root problem to it. And then I have another problem and then there's going to be a root cause and then another and another. And I imagined this originally, that it's going to be something like this. Like if you put clothes somewhere and they just here like all by themselves, like on the sun. Sorry, that's a stupid example, but it's not like the problems are like this, but it's like the problems are actually what's gonna surprise you, that there's probably gonna be one root cause to several of your problems which you didn't even think that they were connected. And so if you contemplate long enough, you will maybe notice that your problems don't have root causes like this, like I described, but all of your surface level problems goes like this. It doesn't have to be as simple as I'm talking here about. It's not like I'm telling you this so that you will try to find your root cause to all of your problems. That's not even the message of my video. I'm just saying that this can possibly happen to you, to your great surprise. But what I would genuinely tell you to do is that don't look for some huge problem immediately. Really take a surface level problem that is bothering you and just try to go slowly to some root cause. And then take another problem, different problem, and just go to the root cause. And try to understand the problems in their individuality, and try to understand the problems separately and think about individual problems. And then maybe with time you will see how it's all connected and all complex, and where are the root causes of your problems, and then you can do some more advanced work. But if you ever wanna deal with anything, you're gonna have to start really slowly, and really, if it really bothers you that you're going to work and you don't like your work, then this should be really the number one interest for you, because this is something that bothers you now and you should really care for that. And maybe I now did some wrong thing because I said that it's a surface level reason, so now it feels to me as if I belittled to you this problem, but that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to express this difference by this example which I made. I wanted to express that not liking your job versus having this fear that's like running your life. These are two different things in how serious they are. And so I didn't mean to say like your surface level reasons as if I'm belittling it. Please don't understand it like that. I don't even think that they should be belittled if they are bothering you, that these aren't some like shallow things. These are actually really helpful signals which you can see as a signal, and you can see this signal and really pay attention to it and then go deeper. And so these are really important hints that life is giving to you as these signals which you're your psyche is signaling to you that you don't like a job, then you should really pay attention to it, because it's super important and it can reflect on something which is much deeper than that. But there's a path to it, and your path is quite possibly going to be very different from mine. You gotta always keep in mind that I don't know anything about your life. I write it under every one of my videos in the description box. I write a disclaimer that I'm not in contact in your everyday life, and you are the number one person who should know what's best for you. So not even the fact that I'm gonna be telling you these things here. Maybe if you feel like contemplation is not right for you, then really think about you yourself in your context of your life. And if this doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to do this technique. There are plenty other techniques, and I'm going to be speaking about a lot of them in my videos. But this is just what helped me a lot, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who can benefit from that. So that's everything for my today's video. I hope I said everything which I planned. I wouldn't want to omit anything important. If you have any questions, write me in the comments. And always please keep in mind, any kind of internal work is always a marathon. It's not like you can sprint somewhere in like a couple minutes or a couple seconds, more like, and everything is gonna be cool. This is really, you gotta keep in mind that some of the problems which you have them maybe many years, and you can't expect to have like one quick little fix that's gonna fix them. Maybe since you were building them for many years, now it's gonna take you maybe not an equal number of years, but a couple years before you like solve these problems and get over them. So keep that in mind, that it's really a long-term project of yours. But I personally do it because I feel like it's really amazing work, because it brings me relief every single day. A little by little I feel better and better, and I would like to make you feel better as well. And so that's why I'm making these videos. So I really hope that at least some of my videos you will find helpful. And just really keep in mind that it's a hard work. Maybe, for me, as I said, it's a lot of the times it's really fun. And it's really a self-discovery, and I really enjoy that. But I know that sometimes are days when I don't feel like doing this work, but I still do it, because I feel like there's potential for that. Maybe especially on the days where I feel really bad, I feel like there's a potential to discover something which maybe I didn't deal with yet. And so it's like ongoing project for me. It's not like I have everything figured out. I just wanted you to know that. And so that's everything for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will try this, and I will see you next week with my next video. So have a nice now, and bye.